Well, you know how waves come in threes, right? Well, here's a wave that showed up in my own life at least 3 times this past week. So I thought I'd share whatever is buzzing about this with you. Levels of Energy. The audiobook I recorded for Fred Dodson is his most life-transformative work by far. It will help you see the whole perspective of life as you never have before, through the eyes of energy, while keeping old Thomas gainfully unemployed at the same time. What a win-win. Levels of Energy, available on Audible and iTunes. Now, hit it! Welcome in to a TGI Friday post-full moon in Capricorn. Neptune going retrograde edition of the Fun Astrology Podcast. Thomas Miller, thanks for stopping in. Yeah, we do have quite a bit today even to talk about. I've been wanting to get to this relationship question. Maybe we'll get there today, but I've got something cooking for tomorrow. We'll do a Saturday edition, and we're going to take on a medical question, and this is going to be really interesting for you, and I'm going to introduce something new, or introduce someone new. So stay tuned tomorrow. Just be back over the weekend. And you know how it is around here. Sometimes we go without much to talk about other than what we've already talked about. And when we get back to there, those of you who have already sent in listener questions, we will get to those. I promise they are still in the queue. Don't give up. But when we talk about Neptune stationing to go retrograde this afternoon, which happens at 3:20 this afternoon Eastern Time, this is something that we need to really spend a bit of time on because there's an energy with this that really parlays to last night's or yesterday's full moon. Now, some of you have been asking about rituals or ceremonies that you might do around a full moon. So I got to thinking, okay, I was planning on doing something anyway. So I took the video camera last night, and I'm got enough, I think, that we can put together a little video, and I will post that at some point, maybe even the next full moon. Maybe I won't worry about it right now, but there will be something there that will show you at least what I did last night. Now, that will appear in the Subconscious Mind Mastery Podcast Listeners Facebook group. Whew. The Subconscious Mind Mastery Podcast Listeners Facebook group. So that's where we kind of combine Fun Astrology and Subconscious Mind Mastery into one, and a great conversation over there. My goodness, you guys are amazing. But if you're not in that group, come join us. Just answer 4 questions at the gate and you're in. Okay, I think that's all the news. Podcast tomorrow, new introduction tomorrow, video coming, ceremony. We already had a discussion on it in the group, but the video will be coming in the group in the future. All right, the big event today is Neptune turning retrograde. And like all outer planets or slower moving planets do, this retrograde will take a while. It's with us until December. So now we have a lot of the planets back in retrograde for a big chunk of the rest of this year. Now this aspect, as I was mentioning, when Neptune turns retrograde this afternoon, mimics or replicates to a big degree what we were experiencing last night energetically with the full moon. So first of all, Neptune, that trine that it was under with Venus is almost gone. Venus has pulled out, and that one is almost dissipated. But it still is in that minor sesqui-square, somewhat tense aspect with Mars in Leo. So think about this now. We've got Neptune in Pisces at home. We've talked a lot about that dynamic already this year, quite a bit, but that is the highly intuitive, expose the secrets, create the term fake news, right? We're exposing illusion. We're exposing things that aren't true. For every positive side of the coin dose of intuition with Neptune, you also get the shadow side of the coin, the illusion or delusion. And that battle has been playing itself out for the last, well, gosh, it's coming up on 10 years because it was February 2012 when Neptune entered Pisces. And it will be in there until 2025. So that's the Neptunian energy. Now, there is also a minor sextile to Pluto, and we could even include the moon. Now, this one is of note because Neptune doesn't move very fast, Pluto doesn't move very fast, so that working together is going to be very significant during this retrograde. And the fact that our last night's full Capricornian moon is almost moving right into the middle of that sextile is also significant. So this is the one that I'd like to camp out on for just a second, because remember, Pluto is at 26 degrees Capricorn. And even though Pluto and Saturn and Jupiter, I mean, if you think about this lineup from, you've got in zodiacal order, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. Pluto sits in Capricorn, Saturn sits in Aquarius, Jupiter and Neptune sit in Pisces, and they're all in retrograde. It is a retrograde lineup. And think about the energy in your chart represented by what I just mentioned. And the moon is sitting there right now. Of course, that will move quickly, but it moves over all of these. It's almost like pixie dust. It's like cosmic pixie dust being dusted or thrown onto this whole lineup of aspect. So Pluto, transformation. Saturn, karmic alignment, structure, foundation. Lord Karma, get you back on your path and with a club if you continue to resist. Jupiter, the rabbit's foot, good luck, expansion, and Neptune, everything we just mentioned. But that Pluto at 26 degrees Capricorn is right there. We are having the USA, the United States of America's Pluto return. Now, it culminates in February of next year, but we're in it now, and we're in the retrograde phase of it right now. So it's going to be very interesting to observe what happens as Neptune joins this retrograde parade. Some of the things that come to my mind that we would watch for would be more exposure of things that Pluto and Saturn are working together and have been since that critical conjunction in January of last year, that there will be more internally recognized or internally dealt with areas of revelation and transformation. I kind of think this is a big deal, guys. I really do. I think this alignment is a big deal. The particular planets are a big deal. The signs that they are in zodiacal order, boom, boom, boom. That's a big deal. And that of all of them that are aspected, Neptune and Pluto are the two that are really connected together. Remember, an aspect means that two planets are simply wanting to work together. And if we think of four people on a lineup, on a stage, Pluto is on one end, Neptune is on the other. They lean back behind the other two and wink at each other. And yeah, if you were sitting there in front of that lineup of these four characters and you looked at what they did in our lives, and you saw them winking at each other, you would wonder. You would wonder when they walk off of that stage, what is in store next? Well, we will all find out together, won't we? Neptune retrograde. Here we are. It's retrograde season. Thanks for stopping by. We've got a lot going on around here, and it's all because of you. So thank you for being a part of this. I will say have a great TGI Friday, a great weekend, and I'll see you back here tomorrow with a medical question and some new stuff. All right? Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.